The zombie virus at the heart of this story wasn't created to destroy people. It was originally meant to help humans communicate better, especially those who struggled to connect with others or understand them. The plot opens with a man named Su Young calling emergency services, warning that he's about to unleash a bioterror attack. He's a former employee of a well-known biotech firm. We then meet Professor Han and Professor Sejong, who are attending the unveiling of a groundbreaking technology developed by a company called China Bio. Its CEO, Kang Wu, claims his biotech can enhance human intelligence, demonstrating this on a paralyzed rat that fully recovers and starts walking normally after being given the serum. During the event, Sejong notices an uninvited visitor watching from a distance. It's Dr. Su Young, the same man from the opening call. We're also introduced to Han Suk, a security guard, and his wheelchair-using sister Yoon Hee, who's just been released from the hospital and wants him to take her shopping. Professor Han sends Sejong to formally meet Kang Wu, who suddenly rushes off after receiving an urgent call, the police warning him about Su Young's planned attack. Moments later, Su Young confronts Kang Wu directly, accusing him of stealing his research. Kang Wu denies it, insisting their work has completely opposite goals. His aims to help humanity, while Su Young's is destructive. Enraged, Su Young injects Kang Wu with his serum, instantly turning him into a zombie. Meanwhile, Han and Sejong are having lunch when Han's wife calls about their upcoming move to America. Right after, chaos erupts as the infection spreads, and people start turning into zombies, prompting police to seal off the entire building. Han, Sejong, Han-suk and his sibling take refuge in a store, discovering by accident that the zombies stop attacking when lights go out, but resume when any light source turns on, including a nearby TV. Using this, Yoon-hee's sibling has Sejong use her wheelchair as a distraction so people can flee the food court. A girl named Bong-dol, frozen in fear, is nearly saved by Professor Han, but the zombies realize they've been tricked. They were chasing a decoy photo and turn on him, leading to a shocking moment. Outside, desperate families beg police to rescue those trapped inside. Sejong eventually tells Professor Gong that her husband has been infected while trying to save Bong-dol. Officer Wu Zhang reveals that no rescue team is coming in. Their only hope is finding and neutralizing Su Young, the mastermind. Sejong recalls seeing him on the third floor, but reaching him means passing through infected people waiting to attack. Su Young then reveals a crucial detail. The infected have evolved to communicate not just vocally, but through a scent-based system, much like ants. And this is their vulnerability. If fed false scent signals, they can be fooled. An elderly man named Dang Ding Dong, revealed to be a former international athlete, volunteers to test this by wearing perfume and walking out to mislead the infected, while others mask themselves with different scents. The plan initially works, until Bong-dol slips and falls among the zombies, forcing everyone into another brutal fight before escaping via elevator toward the third floor. Meanwhile, Professor Gong heads to the research center, learning en route that the virus killed her husband. Back inside, the group finally corners Su Young. Bobo urges Officer Wu Zhang to kill the infected outright, but he refuses, insisting they're victims, not threats. The group decides to move Su Young to the rooftop for extraction. At Su Young's lab, Kang Wu's SWAT team discovers monkeys used in horrifying experiments, frozen in place, until one breaks free and starts a chain reaction of attacks. When that monkey dies, the rest freeze again, revealing to Professor Gong that killing Patient Zero might stop the virus entirely. Back in the building, the group navigates toward the CCTV room, narrowly avoiding detection despite Bong-dol's clumsiness. Once there, Sejong realizes Su Young communicates with the infected through eye contact. They watch on camera as Su Young approaches zombified Kang Wu, who bites him. Yoon-hee volunteers to stay behind and guide the others remotely while they go capture Su Young. They succeed in catching him, but he alerts the zombies with his eyes before Sejong thinks to cover them, cutting off his control. The group switches to text-based coordination. When Wu Zhang selfishly leaks Yoon-hee's location to save himself, Su Young sends zombies after her. Despite others' reluctance, Hun-suk or Huno rushes to save his sister, and Sejong forces the group to help by taking Wu Zhang's gun. Yoon-hee, realizing she won't make it, tells her brother to leave her, and continues guiding the group remotely, until she too transforms into a zombie, fueling her brother's furious desire for revenge against Su Young. Elsewhere, a government minister wants to simply exterminate all infected, but Professor Gong convinces him that stopping the original host could end the outbreak. Meanwhile, an enraged Hun-suk carelessly reveals everyone's location, exposing Wu Zhang's selfishness and the fallout from his poor choices. As the surviving group members, Sejong, Wang Podi, and Bongdal, communicate via chat, they don't realize infected members have infiltrated their group, feeding Suyang real-time intel. Bongdal unexpectedly apologizes to Wang Podi, surprising her. The rescue team splits, one group to save Suyang, another to eliminate Kanwoo, the true patient zero, to end the virus. But their plan leaks, triggering an ambush. Bongdal betrays Wang Podi to save himself, leading to his own death instead. The attempt to eliminate Kanwoo fails when the infected show no reaction, and rescue team members start falling to their zombified comrades. Hunsuk, covered in blood and fluids, is mistaken for one of the infected and left alone by the zombies, until he starts killing them, prompting Suyang to regain control and overpower him. Sejin saves him, but stops him from killing Suyang outright, warning of innocent casualties. Hunsuk, undeterred, turns on Sejin too, only to be killed by his now zombified sister, Yoonhee. Suyang and Sejong finally confront each other. He explains his actions stemmed from his father's death, blamed on Sejong's father ignoring a plea for help, though he insists it was really a communication failure, not her father's fault. Their exchange takes an unexpected turn, and Suyang sets zombies on Sejong before the rescue team intervenes and saves her, leaving him isolated. Professor Gong later calls Suyang, apologizing for the failed rescue, and confirms that killing him is the only way to stop the virus, noting that the first person infected by injection isn't necessarily the same as the first person bitten. Suyang and his zombie allies escape to the rooftop, where infected SWAT members turn on their own unsuspecting teammates. Suyang and a few others rappel down and drive off, while the minister loses faith in Professor Gong after her earlier miscalculation cost lives. Sejong, on the run, recalls that zombie saliva-soaked clothing rendered Hansuk immune to attacks. Once outside, Suyang and his infected companions spark a mass outbreak among civilians. Professor Gong tracks him via CCTV, and Sejin pursues him by car, repeatedly blocked by controlled zombies. Suyang manipulates them into a self-destructive circling pattern, but tries to stop it by stealing Sejin's zombie-scented clothes. Enraged and now half-transformed himself, Suyang attacks Sejin, but loses control of the zombies and catches fire. Despite this, he tries to finish the attack before being stopped for good. With Suyang's death, all the infected freeze in place, and the outbreak begins to subside, though not entirely, bringing the film to a close.